When people pick up a Slinky, they often fail to realize that what they are holding is a spring. As a matter of fact, springs are everywhere and often don't get the recognition they deserve. Today, we aim to shed some light on springs by visiting with some true experts in everything from springs to forms to find out just how springs help keep America's industry going.
Well, the technical definition of a spring is a device that will exert a force either by compressing it, extending it, or twisting it. And it's usually made of a high tensile steel or other type metal.
People can find springs in many products, such as doorknobs, garage door openers, and automobiles. Anything that has movement usually requires a spring.
People don't always grasp that there are many different types of springs that each serve their own purpose.
It's basically a compression spring, an extension spring, and a torsion spring. Compressing being a spring that's compressed, where the free length is made shorter, and by shortening it, you're adding force to it. Extension spring would be the opposite, where you're extending that spring. And then a torsion spring, anything that has a torque or a twist to it would be a torsion spring.
The wire form is any piece of metal that's bent into a specific shape and to perform a certain function. Strip forms are similar to wire forms, except they're made from metal strip, meaning they're flat.
In order to keep America running, springs must be made to exact specifications to ensure they function properly.
The methods that are used to make sure springs live up to their qualifications are usually done in the quality department. We have equipment in quality that can test the loads on springs. We send parts through the quality department depending on the application. Some applications are more critical than others, therefore they go through the quality department more often. We also have equipment that can test springs right off the machine in production. Some springs require a certain amount of force per inch, and then other springs really aren't that critical. It really depends on the application, such as valves. Valves require a real precise spring, and then you have products like mouse traps that really don't. It really depends on the application. Problems that can occur when springs don't meet their specifications could be a wide range of problems, depending on the product. If it's a valve, it could be a gas leak problem. For an automobile, if it was a spring in the engine could fail.
One way for companies to ensure they are getting a spring that will meet their needs is by looking to see if they are coming from a certified manufacturer.
What it means to be ISO certified, in this day and age, you must be certified because it's an international recognized quality standard. The steps needed to be taken to become ISO certified is you have to produce a quality manual that outline all the procedures for all the operations that you do. You have to train your employees so they know the procedures and all the recognized standards of the ISO. And you have to constantly do internal audits to be sure that we constantly meet those requirements.
We have already discussed how important springs can be to keep America running, but as it turns out, they may do all that in more ways than one.
Do I feel it's important to be made in the USA? Absolutely. Number one, it creates jobs.
We have the best technology here, and we're innovative. And sometimes when we do this innovation and send it overseas, it's hard for me because I would like to keep it on our shores and in our country because I think it's really important.